animation, I think when it really started was back when things started to move.
Coffee is really good for you.
Back in the 5th century, there were horses moving, and volcanoes, and
Coffee.
I think it's important that we realize that this is real life, and that real life moves, and drawings don't move. That's just something that I think when people watch cartoons, they're being fooled, and I don't like that in art. I think I want to make honest art. I want to say, no, this is a person. This is what moves. This is what animation is all about.
I wanted to do the soundtrack like Elton John. Went in, tried out for the part, and he gave it to me, and I was just like, I didn't even play music for you yet.
Here's where it changes.
Okay.
Here's where it changes, and then it just goes.
You're talking about
Dun, 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 dun. I was searching for minutes to find the right actor. I had to be precise. I mean, this isn't just, this isn't Star Wars, or, this is the MACARENA. This is, you can't just, I had to find Drake, but I didn't know it yet.
And the silly part is, he gave me the part for the lead role. I didn't even try it. I thought I was going to play the music.
Da, da, pretty like me. Da, that's not pretty. Da, da.
Coffee is really good for you.
He came in to do soundtrack work. You figure rock star in a movie, rock star slash actor, actor slash rock star. I think it actually worked this time though.
Coffee is really good for you.
And I didn't recognize him. I just looked at his face and I said, my God, there he is. There's the face. So I gave him the role. As a director, working with Drake is like cheating. No matter what you have him do, you can throw him in there and have him do anything. The people are going to love him. He's Drake Descan. He's a sex goddess.
Right. The whole choreography bit was great because it really brought me back to my roots. When I was, really little in kindergarten, I did this great play. I was, a little teapot. Coffee is really good for you.
This movie is going to reach the MACARENA generation. It's a symbol. The MACARENA, I believe, is a symbol of the MACARENA generation, and patriotism. It needs to be portrayed as an art. It is an art. I think Drake's the perfect person to reach out to those people who are at home doing the MACARENA. It's shot on location of an actual apartment where someone would do the MACARENA, and he goes in there with this attitude like, I am the everyday person. I am MACARENA. And I think he's going to get that across. I think people are going to understand that the MACARENA is a dance. I brought in choreographers from everywhere. My original thought was Paula Abdul, and at the last minute, Crystal came in with this amazing energy. I decided to go with her over Paula because she's a little more energetic. She's got a little more style. She's a little more Puerto Rican.
Dancing with Crystal really made me realize that she is a dancing genius.
Yeah.
Animation's really hard. I can see why a lot of actors, don't even try it.
Another hard thing about working with actors in animation is that when you're working with a drawing, when you're working with a cartoon, they don't do what they're not supposed to do, what they weren't told. But with a real human, I mean, with Drake, he didn't really know what to do at first. This is new for him.
Right.
Mark.
See,
Oh,
you know what? Try to like sing it in your head. You know what I mean? Like, dun dun.
He's walking into an apartment and turning on a stereo, and he's just like, "Where am I in all this?"
Heavy metal. Just think like the Bee Gees.
Hey, Mark.
You know, this is, you're in this animation world, and he didn't really know what to do at first, and you know, we had to actually do a couple of takes
And action.
just to feel out what it's like to be an animated character. I think he adapted really well, though, and I think he deserves an award, to be quite frank.
To be quite frank, I believe Dave should get an award. I never actually worked with anybody so genius-like before. Like, there's this one part where he took my hat and he just visualized this vision that was so visually beautiful. And he made it happen. I don't know how. I mean, he has all those special effects under his belt. He's amazing. And it just made it happen. It was beautiful. It was great.
Hey, Macarena, and then stop, and then you just kind of give the camera a sexy look. Let me see sexy.
When I first found out that there was such a thing as film, I said to myself, I'm going to make a hat spin. And I did, essentially.
All the free food and the women. It's great. Coffee is really good for you. I like to roller skate sometimes late at night. No one really knows about it, but I guess I kind of took that bag out of the box. I wish I was a little bit taller.
I mean, this is a different kind of animation. You don't just draw the figure where you want them, and it's not video where you just have somebody jump up in the air. We had to kind of combine the two, where the part where you jump up and turn to the side, that was a problem for us. We had to do some serious sitting down and thinking until we got to the point where we figured out that if we were to put a chair underneath Drake, where he'd be standing on the chair, take a couple shots of that, and then just subliminally put it in between him crouching down and then landing. It would put him up higher, and it would look like he was jumping. And you know, we tried all different chairs and everything, and what it really came down to was it's too quick, and our viewers just aren't that smart. So it was a beautiful special effect, and it worked out well. It looked like he was jumping. And Drake actually changed his shirt to a shirt that was actually a slightly different color. And no one actually picked up on it until, you know, when we were in the editing suite. But the shirt was actually a different color, and it was between frames of different colors. And you know, we were gonna change it through CGI, and we were actually just gonna reshoot the whole thing. But the shot was beautiful. I mean, if you were to press pause right at that part, I mean, it's on his face. There's no recreating that. Not with a new shirt, not with a new anything. That was the shot.
My future, I wouldn't mind creating something creative.
I mean, I think the Macarena generation is far too young to remember Drake Descant in dance. There was that thing when he was younger, the I'm a little teapot.
My future, as long as it's beyond my past, I can deal with anything.